Most surgeries fix a problem and the rest of the body keeps working the same way. Gallbladder removal is different. It's like a city where traffic lights suddenly get replaced with roundabouts. Cars still move, the roads are the same, but the flow changes. No more big stop and go movements, just a steady continuous movement. Your digestion works the same way after gallbladder surgery. Not broken, just running on a new traffic pattern. Patients often ask, what should I eat after my gallbladder is removed? And the answers they get range from well-meaning to wildly inaccurate. Some relatives recommend eating nothing but curd rice. Some friends insist you can never touch oil again. And some YouTube influencers, well, let's not go there. As the writer Mark Twain said, it's not what you don't know that gets you into trouble. It's what you know for sure that just isn't so. So, today, let's replace myths with physiology and confusion with clarity. Welcome to Gut Instincts. I am Gaurav. Let's begin. Before surgery, your gallbladder had two jobs. First, concentrate bile. It absorbs water and electrolytes, turning bile into a potent 5 to 10x concentrated digestive fluid containing an important chemical for fat digestion, bile acids. Second, release bile on demand. When you ate, the hormone CCK from the gut told the gallbladder to contract and deliver a powerful burst of bile exactly when fat needed digestion. If you are wondering what's bile, you can watch our earlier video titled What is Bile? After surgery, both these functions disappear. So, what's the post-cholecystectomy reality of bile? The liver now sends dilute bile directly into the intestine. The flow is continuous, not tied to meal times. There is no dedicated storage, no concentration, and no on-demand release. Think of it like this. Before surgery, bile was a strong espresso shot delivered at the perfect moment. After surgery, it's more like a weak drip that runs all day. Helpful, but not coordinated. This shift explains almost every symptom the patients experience. Now let's understand why diarrhea can happen after surgery. Under normal conditions, the last segment of the small intestine absorbs 95% of bile acids of bile. But after surgery, bile flows continuously, even when you are not eating. The intestine gets overwhelmed by this continuous flow. Excess bile acids spill into the colon or the large intestine. Imagine your last part of the small intestine as an office team that's designed to handle big batches of emails a few times a day. Before surgery, the gallbladder sends bile like a well-timed email dump right after meals. A big folder arrives, the team processes it, and then they get a break. After gallbladder removal, the rules changed. Now, the inbox keeps receiving tiny emails all day long, non-stop, no breaks, no batching. The team works flat out just to keep up with the constant trickle. And because they are always busy, some emails slip past them and land in the next department or the colon, which reacts by speeding everything up. And that's what causes diarrhea. In the colon, bile acids pull more water in, irritate the lining, speed up the motility of the colon, might trigger dysbiosis or loss of some good bacteria. Result, loose stools, urgency, bloating in about 10 to 30% of patients. This isn't a complication, it's physiology. The human body is incredibly adaptable though. The issue settles down in most over a period of weeks to months. Old surgical advice, especially after major open abdominal surgery, said, don't eat food for 3 to 5 days after abdominal surgery. Modern science says the opposite. Laparoscopic cholecystectomy or keyhole gallbladder surgery causes minimal ileus or slowing down of the gut. The gut wakes up quickly, often within hours. Early feeding helps because food touching the intestine mechanically helps early bowel movement. It prevents ileus. It reduces many complications. It supports wound healing and early recovery. It reduces hospital stay. And psychologically, it's morale boosting. A meta-analysis of 34 randomized trials, basically a good research, shows that early feeding leads to faster return of bowel function, 31% fewer complications, shorter hospitalization, no increase in nausea vomiting. In short, your gut wants food, not fasting. Now, let's break down the post-operative diet into clear practical phases. Phase 1. Same day of surgery from 0 to 6 hours. Here, we are discussing the initial recovery diet after uncomplicated keyhole surgery. You wake up from anesthesia, nausea is possible, gut motility is sluggish. Things to do: sip clear fluids as instructed by the nurse, usually after 6 hours of surgery, and only when you feel ready. If there is nausea or vomit, which is quite possible in this early period, appropriate medicines are usually given, and another attempt can be made in 1 to 2 hours. Walk a little, even to the toilet. Things not to do: don't force food. Don't lie in the bed all day. Movement wakes the gut faster than any medicine. Phase 2. Day 0 to 1. Evening of the surgery to the first 24 hours. Your small intestine is already functional. Stomach and colon usually take a little longer to recover fully. Things to do: start soft foods. Eat small, frequent portions. Choose foods like idli, soft khichdi, mild dal rice, steamed vegetables, low-fat curd rice. Drink 2 to 3 liters of water. Things not to do: don't eat fried or fatty foods. Don't overuse spices. Don't eat large meals. Phase 3. Day 2 to 7. That is the first week. This is the healing phase. The body needs double the amount of protein, from 0.8 to 1 gram per kg to 1.5 to 2 grams per kg till 4 to 6 weeks. That means for a 60 to 70 kilogram adult, a minimum daily requirement is around 100 grams per day. This might be difficult to achieve, especially for vegetarians. Why do we need this much? Wound healing requires continuous collagen deposition. Collagen is around 30% of body protein. Additionally, immune cell synthesis is accelerated, which reduces infection risk. Amino acids are provided through dietary protein or mobilized from muscle. Dietary protein spares muscle breakdown. Things to do: eat lean proteins, skinless chicken, white fish, egg whites, legumes, low-fat curd. Eat whole grains in small portions at a time. Eat steamed vegetables or cooked with limited oil. Target protein 15 to 20 grams per meal across 5 to 6 meals. Eat 5 to 6 small meals. Keep fat less than 30% of total calories. Use mild spices. Things not to do: don't add heavy tadkas, deep fried foods. Don't eat large portions. Don't jump to high fiber raw food in large quantity. Why? Post-cholecystectomy, continuous bile trickle cannot coordinate with fat intake. Large fat loads overwhelm dilute bile's digestive capacity, causing fat malabsorption and diarrhea. Phase 4. Day 8 to 30. Normalization phase. Your gut microbiome is recovering. Fat digestion improves but never returns to pre-surgery efficiency. Things to do: gradually return to 3 meal per snacks. Continue low to moderate fat. Introduce fiber slowly. Eat colorful vegetables, fish, legumes. Things not to do: don't suddenly add a bulk of raw salads or heavy legumes. Don't overeat fats. Return to normal healthy diet after day 30. Continue low to moderate fat pattern long term. Include whole grains, vegetables, fish, legumes, nuts. Maintain diverse fiber intake, 25 to 35 grams daily. Let's discuss a few things about fiber. After surgery, the microbiome becomes temporarily dysbiotic. The extra bile acids reaching the colon change which bacteria can survive there. It's like the factory suddenly has to deal with a different set of workers. So, fiber doesn't get processed in the same way it used to. If you suddenly add a bulk of insoluble fiber, the changed gut bacteria can't ferment it properly. Result: gas, bloating, cramps, diarrhea. The strategy: week 1 to 2, soluble fiber only, 3 to 5 grams per day, which includes oats, soft lentils, apples, bananas. Soluble fiber binds bile acids and soothes the colon. Week 2 onwards, add insoluble fiber slowly, 2 to 3 grams per week, which includes whole wheat, brown rice, leafy greens, hard legumes. Goal: 25 to 35 grams total fiber by the end of the month. Soluble plus insoluble fiber together restores the microbiome and normalizes stool. This is the amount needed to keep the stool soft, support gut bacteria, regulate blood sugar, and bind bile acids. Many Indian adults get 10 to 15 grams per day, mainly because plates are dominated by white rice, wheat, and potatoes rather than vegetables, dals, and fruits. Fiber is like the office janitor. Doesn't give you protein, vitamins, or glamour, but skip it for a few days and your gut turns into a messy, dysfunctional workplace. So, I have added a slide showing a list of commonly eaten Indian foods and their fiber content. You can pause and review to plan your meals to reach the daily fiber goals. Let's come to the fat-soluble vitamins. A micelle in the gut is like a tiny soap bubble made by bile that wraps around fat so that your intestine can absorb it more easily. Without concentrated bile, micelle formation is weaker and so fat absorption gets affected. By the same logic, absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, which is vitamin A, D, E and K, can drop post-gallbladder removal. Vitamin D deficiency is the most common. Multiple large analyses show that about half of all healthy adults worldwide have vitamin D deficiency, and in India the rates are even higher. Given that the majority of Indians are already deficient, even a modest reduction in absorption can tip many patients into clinically significant deficiency. Consequences: osteoporosis and increased fracture risk, bone pain, low mood, weaker immunity. Deficiency of vitamin A, E and K is possible but not well quantified. Significant deficiency is uncommon unless there is chronic diarrhea or underlying malabsorption. Practical plan: eat colorful vegetables, nuts, seeds, egg yolk and fatty fish. Check vitamin levels, especially vitamin D, at 3 to 6 months. If suggestive symptoms are present, treat only if deficient. If the diet is not balanced and doesn't contain adequate whole foods, a daily intake of multivitamin supplements can be considered. Your body heals better when micronutrients are optimized. We talked about what's causing post-cholecystectomy diarrhea some time ago. If diarrhea persists beyond 2 to 3 weeks and there are no other reasons for its cause, here's the graded approach. Step 1. Diet. Reduce fat to less than 20% of total calories. Add 5 to 10 grams of soluble fiber. Step 2. Medication. If diet fails, bile acid binding medications like cholestyramine can be used. It has a high success rate. Probiotics can be added. Every Indian patient already knows this topic of too much free advice. Someone in the family will say, don't eat this, don't eat that, just have curd rice, only bland khichdi for 1 month. The intention is love. The science is missing. I can totally understand. My parents, despite having no background in medicine or nutrition, frequently offer me dietary advice. And quite often, it's about optimizing my gut health. Recently, my father suggested that I start a habit of eating digestive biscuits with my morning tea. He believes it might improve my digestion. I protested that my digestion is fine and that I am actually a well-trained doctor specialized in treating others' digestive issues. But that protest fell apart. So I get it. We Indians really love food and we are not shy about sharing our thoughts on it. Not caring about the science. If it feels right, it must be. But let's come to the scientific reality. Your body needs more nutrition after surgery, not less. Patients who meet protein and calorie needs have 50% fewer infections, faster wound healing, shorter hospital stay. So, the next time someone gives you restrictive advice, you can politely say, "My surgeon wants me to heal, not hibernate." There is a summary slide coming next that has the basic dietary recommendations. This would probably work for most people who don't have any dietary restrictions otherwise. You can pause and review. Life after gallbladder removal isn't a punishment, it's a recalibration. Your body hasn't lost an organ, it has simply changed its traffic pattern. With the right diet, the right timing, and the right expectations, most people feel completely normal again. And if anyone tries to scare you with myths, restrictions, or horror stories, just tell them, "My gallbladder may be gone, but my gut instincts are stronger than ever." As the old proverb says, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Understanding your physiology works the same way. Once you know how your body adapts, you are no longer dependent on random advice or fear-based rules. And honestly, once you understand the physiology, you realize the only thing that truly needs removing is the misinformation, not your menu. Because in the end, your digestion doesn't need drama. It just needs a little time, a little balance, and a lot less advice from WhatsApp University. Follow the basic principles of nutritional science and modify your menu based on your personal and cultural preferences. An influencer shouldn't be the one to make that choice for you. Thank you for watching. Share this with someone recovering from gallbladder surgery. See you next time on Gut Instincts. Bye.